What's up, Titans? So today we are doing a video about our emergency rules as far as our relationship goes. So every single couple in the entire world, past, present, and future, has problems. Some are big, some are small, some are just bickering. It just happens. When you spend so much time with someone, you have so much history with someone, you are going to run into problems. No relationship at all, ever, is perfect. We have 4 rules that work for us, and they might work for you. We want to share them. You sometimes have to find your own rules that work for your own relationship, because every relationship does not look the same. So,
that's very true.
That is true. So, rule number 1. Alright, rule number 1. Use I feel statements. Now this might sound dumb, right? And it is very hard to do when you are very angry.
Especially when you're fighting.
When you are bickering, it is easier to do, but when you are all out going to war with each other, you have to slow down, you have to take a minute, breathe, and you have to revert to I feel statements because they are used in a way that will de-escalate the entire situation. And that is what the point that you want to get to. Because that's when you stop calling each other names, you stop cussing at each other, you stop, just aggravating each other, and you get right down to the feelings of the matter. How do you feel? How do I feel? Let's tell each other and come up with a solution to whatever problem it is that we're having.
And
right?
this goes for all kinds of relationships, not just gay relationships, but I feel...
Right across the board, all relationships.
But I feel like it is extremely important, especially for gay relationships, because, let's face it, there's 2 dudes in the relationship.
There's a lot of testosterone going on.
So, this particularly applies to us where, sometimes when we bicker, it's better for us just to take a deep breath, use the I feel statements, and kind of move past it. So that's the first one. Rule number 2. Spend a half an hour to an hour with each other. If this is like, say, a day-long fight, a week-long fight, whatever, each day, spend a half an hour to an hour with each other, whatever you can fit, even if it's honestly just 15 minutes. Doing something that you both enjoy doing, but do it together. You know what I mean? You need to spend that time together to remember that there are all these great things about this person. This is your person. This is why you picked this person to be your partner. So you have to remind yourself when you're in those lulls of fighting and you're not at your highest, you guys are at your lowest, where you need to continuously remind yourself, okay, I chose this person for a reason. There are many qualities in this person that I care about and that I love. So that's rule number 2, right? Yes, that is rule number 2. So, in our case, we really never have day-long fights or week-long fights. Mainly we bicker for like 40 seconds.
Well, okay, so when we have fights, they're like 5 minutes, but they're super intense, and they usually only happen because we get into areas where we'll bicker each day for like a week or 2 weeks, and we're just like around each other enough that we're just getting aggravated. Sometimes, unfortunately, your partner is the person that you will take your aggravations and frustrations out on. It just happens sometimes. It's not that you don't like them, it's not that they're bad people, it's just that they're your person, they're your person that you can be your true self with, and sometimes your true self isn't always that pretty, Rule number 3. Rule number 3 is that every single night when you go to bed, whether you're pissed off at each other or not, you cuddle. Something happens when you are touching that person. And brings us into rule number 4. sex once a day. This should be, if we were categorizing them, this should be rule number 1. Because, again, when you are touching each other in a emotional way, which would be cuddling, you get something different from cuddling than you do when you're having sex with someone, but sex and cuddling all the same, there's something that happens when you're touching each other. Chemicals are released, you are attracted to this person more, you are tying yourself to this person emotionally and physically, and it does help. I mean, there's times that we have been at really, really, really low points and not having much sex at all, not really cuddling, and then we started doing these, and you start to remember, hey, like, I love this person, you know, why am I being an asshole? Let me look inside myself and, you know, maybe start the conversation, because maybe he won't. And, you know, then on his side of it, he'll start to think the same thing, and that's when you guys meet in the middle and you can kind of deal with all of these issues that you're having. And like I said, a lot of them are big, a lot of them are small. Each relationship has them. And it's up to you whether or not you want to stick with the relationship and work things out, if it's worth it, if you have that chemistry. Like with Will, I will always work anything out, no matter what it is. I love him, and he's my guy, and we're best friends. I think that's a huge thing why these things work, and that we can go through anything together.
Yes.
And that, because ultimately I can't picture my life without him, because he is my best friend. He is a person that I love to see happy, that makes me happy when he is happy, and when I see him sad, it makes me really sad.
Bumble, don't be sad. But we are best friends, and what's special about that is that we have nothing in common.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Complete opposites. I mean, he's totally into sports and things like that, and I feel like a lot of people try to, you know, and I'm into the geeky stuff, to finish that sentence, but I feel like a lot of people try to come at relationships using their brain, where they're like, okay, well, we have this, and this in common. On paper, we're perfect together.
That doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work. You have to have chemistry. You know, mine and Will's sense of humor are very close, and we picked up each other's sense of humor. We rubbed off on each other in certain ways, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know, I'll get into, like, the baseball game that we went to. I love going to games with him. I love being excited and stupid. I can't sit home and watch, you know, sports on TV with him. I can go out and play. A lot of times we'll go out and we'll either play catch, or we'll bat, or we'll throw around a football, and sometimes he'll play soccer. And he'll get into some of my stuff. You know, we'll watch things that I love and he absolutely hates, and he gets into some of it. When we go Ninja Turtle hunting, sometimes he'll scream in the middle of the store when we find the one that we're looking for, louder than I'll scream. So it's like, you know, we're just best friends, and I think that that's an important thing to cultivate. But these are the rules that work for us. They're not going to necessarily work for you guys, but I think they're pretty universal.
I think they are. I think if people kind of gave them a shot, they work. And most of you guys already do stuff like this.
And I think
probably so.
And I think here's the other thing is, you need to approach situations when you're fighting with your partner from your heart. It's not a matter of your head. It's not a matter of, you know, what's the smartest thing to do. It's a matter of what you want to do. So we have to wrap it up, guys, but we love you guys, and thanks for watching. And
bye, guys.
In the comments below, show us any rules that you have, and let us know what works for you.
And we wanted to do this video because a lot of you guys have asked what we do to kind of keep our relationship alive, and this is kind of a foundation to it. So it was kind of fun to come here and talk about it.
Woo!
So see you guys next time.
All right, bye, guys.